everybody.
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Well, let's start the insanity.
It is the Weekly Yak. It's Mac and Mel.
Hello.
And Randy.
Hello, the mostly weekly yak.
The semi-weekly yak.
The occasionally weekly yak.
Well, I mean, we're doing it a lot more than ever. Like, for a while, it was the Weekly Yak. It's better than doing it once a month like I was doing it, so that's something. You guys didn't even notice the new lights?
I did when we came in.
Well, you didn't say anything.
I'm sorry.
I don't. It's only I have to. I don't care. I don't want you silently appreciating, and I have to know. I have to hear it.
This is going to go so well with what we're going to talk about later. So I'm really excited about this already.
Oh man,
gosh.
I'm already not excited about it.
You should be excited.
They'll have like a thing.
No,
have
he
like a
doesn't
thing
even
go-
know.
Oh, you don't know
friendship.
He doesn't know either.
Oh, you don't know what it is?
No, I don't know what it is. I'm just giving you a hard
So
time.
loud, Randy. Jesus.
Am I?
Yeah.
That's just
I
me,
don't know.
bro.
No, I know. That's why I have to turn it down because you. I mean, I never have to worry about you not coming, not picking you up on the side of the road. No, on the level, on the levels. And also, if you notice, for your comfort, your headphone ear pads are replased.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
Yes.
if you look at, they are memory foam now. So
Ooh.
everyone's got these nice new things. So
Like
they should
the-
last a lot longer than the other ones. So
The aliens from Toy Story. Ooh.
Yeah.
And then I won't have black shit on my face anymore. which
well,
is
not
great.
for not in here. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
other. I don't
I
know what
mean-
you're doing on the weekends,
On the side
but
of the roads.
yeah. Also, yeah, side of the roads. I am so close. We are so close. 4 days, 4 more school days.
The end is near.
Yeah, today was the last full day
Yeah.
because
Very
finals
nice.
start tomorrow, so the kids get out at 2 because they just take 2 finals a day, and then we're off Monday. I kind of wish we wouldn't. I mean, I'd gladly just give away Memorial Day to come in and get done
Yeah.
earlier. And then on the last day, Thursday, we get out at 10:30 because there's only one final. So,
Woo.
but then we got to come back Friday, for a work day and all that. But I'm almost done. We did go. So I've kind of been on autopilot.
Well, it's in the school year. That's what you do.
Yeah.
But I was thinking as I was saying that, I was like, I've been on autopilot for like a month, really. But we did take the group of kids that I the Interact Club kids that I have. We went on our end of the year trip because most clubs, they take them on a trip at the end of the year to thank them for the work they did. So we went to Six Flags. I know it's really original. That's what we didn't do a show last week because I was very sunburned. Because I'm like, I don't need lotion.
I thought it was because you went nude sunbathing and you're like, oh yeah.
No, if that would have happened, I would have pushed through it and done the show.
Oh.
And
Because
I
that
would
was
have
on my own
pictures.
terms, yeah. But so we went to Six Flags, and it was I don't know, like it took a while. It was almost like it was doomed from the beginning because every day we tried to schedule it to go. There was something we couldn't get it approved, blah blah blah, and then we were like, okay, we were going to do it on a Wednesday, and then we're like, oh no, Six Flags isn't open on Wednesday this early. So we finally got it last Thursday, and it was just trying to get a bus was a big deal. You have to submit documents for the kids to have like their lunches, like money for food and stuff, even though they were fine with paying for it themselves. So it was just a big thing. So when we get up there, first of all, I don't know. Well, you worked did you ever go on field trips like as the sponsor, as the adult?
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I took kids to Europe.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not the being the chaperone. I'm talking mainly on a bus because sometimes you get a bus driver who wants to talk to you and stuff. And I'm like, dude, you're a bus driver. Don't talk to me. You're taking me. You're my servant.
Oh, damn.
Jesus.
No, I didn't say that. But no, it's,
Wow, what a dick.
but well, come on. You know
I'm
that.
sorry, the help is beneath you.
Yeah, it's true. No, it wasn't
What a
that.
guy.
It's only when they're annoying. Like, we can just sit. Like, I don't mind just sitting on the bus while we drive and nobody talking. That's okay. You know what I mean? But he was trying to fill every silence. I'm like, oh my God, dude. Like, I don't care about your wife and, you know, like what you're doing. Just drive us to the place. And then so when we get there, he's just a weird guy. It's like somebody who always wants to talk to you that you don't want to, you know, like somebody that's trying to force a friendship. So when we get there, he goes, I should have known. He was like, hey, let me get your number so we can communicate. So when y'all are ready to go, you can just text me. I'm like, oh, fuck. Okay. And then so I just sent him a text. And of course, it's some hard ass number. It's like a Utah number. So it takes me forever to figure out what he's saying. And then I send it to him, or I text him. I'm like, hey, this is me. And I swear, he goes, so he has a Galaxy watch on. So it comes up and he's like, he looks at his watch and he's like, before anybody even asks, yes, I have a Galaxy watch. And yes, it's connected to my phone.
No one cares, bro.
And I was like, what? So see, now you understand why I don't, I'm like,
okay.
It's not every bus driver. It's those that are, I'm like, what do you, I mean, those are around. I was like, well, are you from the future? Like, it was like, you know, I'm going to blow your minds here, but I do have a smartwatch. And I'm like,
Congratulations.
Congratulations, man. So then, and I just realized, so that was weird. And then we get in and we had a good time, but I just realized I'm too old for Six Flags. Like, I just can't. I went on, so I had another sponsor and we half the kids. One group, I was ready just to go on all of them because I didn't know that I was a loser now, then I can't go on the big ones. I was ready just to go on whatever. They go to the Giant first, and some of the other kids who don't really want to do the big rides, they want to ride rides, and they're like, well, we don't want to. And I was like, well, we'll divide. You guys go to the crazy ones, we'll go to the less crazy ones. So we went to the runaway mine train going in the dark.
That's one of my faves.
And I was like, oh shit, I forgot it was all in the dark. And man, I got off and I was dizzy. Like, I just, like, not like I was going to throw up, but I was like, man, I can't handle the twists and turns. And I mean, maybe because it was in the dark, my first roller coaster in years was in the dark, but I was like, man, my equilibrium is just shot or something.
Well, this doesn't give me hope because I was literally just thinking this week, man, I probably haven't been to Six Flags in 10 years. I should probably go before I become a grandmother. Not saying I'm going to become a grandmother because I'm going to have children. I'm just saying I'm getting older.
Before you're in that age bracket.
And so I'm like, I should probably go do this. And you're not helping me, bitch. Anyway, because you're so much younger than me.
Well, that's just
that
me,
I'm like,
though.
oh.
It's not, I don't mean it's.
I know, but I'm scared of this shit. Like, I'm going to get up there and, like, shit my pants. I wouldn't shit my pants, but,
Depends.
you know, I'm not, fuck you. I'm not wearing Depends.
But yeah, it was weird because it was just, I mean, I guess either, or maybe it's just because it's been years. I wasn't used to them or whatever, but I was like, man. And the kids are like, I'm like, you guys are just going to have to go on these without me. I'll just watch. And because I was ready to ride, you know, the Batman and the Mr. Freeze and all this shit. And I was like, ugh, I got to take a knee here and just run the clock out and just hold your stuff while y'all go on it. But it was still fun. I did go on some. I went on that Catwoman ride that I forgot that thing just turns fucking upside down.
Yeah.
I thought it was a regular one that just went around vertically, but or horizontally, but it went vertical. And they wanted to go on they have a new one, the Joker. No, the Riddler. No, the Joker, where it goes up and down, but you also spin in your little car as it's going up and down on crazy.
No thanks.
Okay. You're not a roller coaster guy?
No.
I mean, it was still fun. There was other things. I mean, you know, we wanted to go on the water rides, but they were all closed because those aren't really scary. But the Raging Rapid or Roaring Rapids or whatever, and then the one where you can stand on the bridge, and that goes down and can splash you and stuff.
Yeah,
that's fun if you like wet socks.
Yeah,
that's one of my worst. I hate wet socks.
And chafing, man.
Yeah.
That's no.
And you
fun.
think it's gonna be? You think you're gonna feel good all day because you're like, oh, it's hot. I'm gonna get water on me and stuff, and you just end up, you're sunburned and have wet clothes on. I don't know, but it was nice because all the kids got along, and it was just nice to take, because a lot of my kids that I have to deal with are pretty rough, but these are really well behaved ones. So that was just nice in itself to take a group of well behaved kids. even though I didn't have as much fun as I could have. I found that me and the other sponsor, we had more fun watching people accidentally walk through a pile of vomit.
Oh shit!
I mean, it was just hurl just in the middle of the, like around a little waiting, like, you get to the like intersections where there's like concessions and picnic tables, blah blah blah, and there was just upchuck just there, and nobody pays attention. They're on their phone, so we would just be like, we would just see if they walk through it, waiting for somebody to slip and fall into it. That didn't happen.
Gross.
So that was the highlight of my the trip to Six Flags was the vomit.
The vomit.
We're
Gross.
taking the over under on who would walk through the vomit or not.
Wow.
But
sounds like fun.
So, yeah.
Neat.
Right. I still had fun. It was good. We went to Steak and Shake on the way back. I haven't been there
That's
forever.
great.
I haven't been to Steak and Shake in forever.
Love Steak and Shake.
And guess when we come in, guess who sits right beside us? Right beside me.
Your
The bus
best
driver.
friend.
Yeah. I'm like,
Has there been any
I'm like,
correspondence?
you go eat on the bus. No, he hasn't texted me.
You just send him a selfie.
I should. Hey, man.
Hey,
How
friend.
you doing, buddy?
Hey, man. Yeah. And he may. I'll just weird him out. I'll do a preemptive weird him out, so he will never talk to me again.
What's the weirdest thing someone can randomly send you? Minus, like, I imagine a nude is too easy to say, but like, what could he send you that just like
just puts me off, like an off-putting thing?
I mean, just anything that he was already saying, I guess. But
I don't know. Hey, you.
okay, I'm thinking of what you could send him proactively to then negate any of this from happening in the future.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't think of anything except, I don't know. I should call him and say, what you doing?
Got any plans this summer?
Yeah, right. Tell me about what it's like to be a bus driver.
Oh, but you said he's got a wife.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I could hit on him and then he could be freaked out. He could be like,
It's so easy though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what if he's a gay hating Southerner? That'd be an easy one.
That's true.
And then he's like, oh, I gave you my number, man.
Thought we were better than this.
Yeah, right. Anyway, so what's going on with you guys?
Well, the big news for me is I no longer am wearing my stylish footwear.
All right.
I got when Tuesday was the last day I got to wear my little boot shoe thing. So now I'm back to two shoes. Two shoes again.
Two shoes Mel.
That's living that two shoes life.
Whoa.
Whoa. Hey.
Sorry.
Okay. Weird. All right.
La
well,
la 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 la.
That's just Mel's. Sorry.
Yeah, that's just me. I'm a robot.
You
don't
sound loud enough. Hang on.
Oh my God. Now I'm like,
Whoa.
y'all, this is live. It's so good. So good. I hope you enjoy this
Some static.
weirdness.
Okay.
Okay, neat.
There we go.
Okay.
There you go.
You're welcome. That was brought to you by Squarespace. That static interruption was brought to you by Squarespace. Yeah.
When you need some static to fall asleep. Okay.
Yep.
Anyway, so two shoes. It's exciting. Also, in a previously mentioned podcast, I mentioned the Dumb People Town podcast I was on. And it is live now. So go check out the Dumb People Town.
Plugs are at the end.
I don't care.
All right.
It was fun. It was fun to have people listen to it and go, "Oh wow, you are funny." And I'm like, "Thank you." But then I was like, "Wait, are you
Here's your money.
saying that like
Yeah.
as a compliment, or are you just being like, "Oh, I'm
Like
surprised."
I thought you were lame and not funny.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Who knew? And I've just been trying to figure out my artistic life and got a few stokes in the fire. Some of these stokes are still stoking, so I can't really discuss these stokes.
Stop saying
but
stoke.
I'm going to say stoke as much as I want.
I think it's irons in the fire. Is the
I'm stoking the fire.
all right?
But, you know, others to be mentioned in plug times. But
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of TV because I've got time to do that now, which is weird. But now I'm also lost because several of my shows have ended, like Game of Thrones.
Oh, jeez.
And
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, all those people that died.
You were happy with it?
Like my happiness.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't love it, but all I have to say is, without being spoilery, is if you thought that people were going to ride dragons off into the sunset and their lives would be happily ever after, you are full of shit, because this show has been full of twists and turns and deaths again since day one.
You know what really grinds my gears? Like, why is it other people's responsibility not to spoil something for somebody? Like, why does that fall on somebody else?
Because some people are dickholes.
You know, I follow like there's some Instagram accounts that are just memes, just joke. You know, they're not anything serious. And one of them, he shared a message that somebody sent him. And he was saying he was doing a bunch of Throwback Thursdays on Monday just to be a dick or whatever. And the guy was like, "I unfollowed you because you screwed up my week." I'm like, if you don't know what day it is, if you're relying on an Instagram account to know what day it is,
you've got a problem.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
But it was an angry message about him screwing his week up. I'm like,
bye, bitch.
Why is it always everyone else's responsibility for other people? Why does it?
What I really like is, we also discussed, we as a group, the weekly yak, which means that we are authorities on everything.
Yes,
of course.
That you have a year. A year is your limit to catch up on a movie or TV show for the spoiler alert. Man, the Marvel Cinematic Universe was like, nope, they gave 2 weeks. They were like, if you didn't see Endgame in 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks, we're going to talk shit about it, and we don't care. And I'm like,
well, just stay off the message board or whatever. Are there message boards anymore? I don't know.
Stay off Twitter.
Any kind of social media. And I think that's hard for people. But I liked that Marvel was like, you've had 2 weeks to see it. If you really care about it,
if you're a true fan,
you would have gone and seen it in the first 2 weeks. Yeah. So,
I mean, it's understandable if like the day it comes out, like Game of Thrones, the finale happened on Sunday. It's almost Friday now. If you haven't seen it by now, where most of you have like a streaming service where you could watch it with your HBO subscription, then that's your own excuse. But if it's like the morning after, don't be putting spoilers out. Like, don't put spoilers out for Endgame the day that it breaks in theaters.
If you just talk about it with, I don't know, nobody talks with actual humans anymore. They talk to it face to face with somebody.
And if you do spoil it, at least at the beginning of whatever your thoughts are, say, hey, spoiler alert, skip past this. Or if you're talking about it on a podcast, whatever, like fucking Meghan McCain on The View this week on Monday morning starts going her about Game of Thrones.
Poor Meghan McCain.
And
I'm being sarcastic.
And I think her name is Sunny, one of the other co-hosts, goes, why would you just say all that? Like, it's the morning after. I'm still on season 4. I haven't caught up yet.
Oh my god.
Well, she ruined everything.
Well, that's bullshit. Yeah. Her being on season, but she shouldn't have came out the very next day and done it. She's been so mistreated lately.
No, she hasn't.
Seth Meyers. Man, her husband really got mad at Seth Meyers because he's the writer on The Hill or some conservative website. And said that, because he was asking her about Congresswoman Iman. Like the whole anti-Semitic thing and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Ilhan Omar.
And he was like, Seth Meyers is really the anti-Semite, because he was just saying that leave her alone. She's already said, like she's apologized. Quit bringing up the same thing she said over and over again. Like, anyway, sorry.
Fuck
That's
Meghan
McCain. The only thing I was going to say is I have been a lot of people don't realize this because I am crazy and outspoken and I don't give a lot of fucks, but I do suffer with anxiety and depression a lot, and I've been going through those peaks and valleys lately, especially anxiety, and it reared its ugly head last weekend, and I actually took a picture of myself at like my ultimate rock bottom, because even in my saddest state, I saw how hilarious I was, because I literally Saturday night, which is why we didn't hang out. And I haven't got to tell you this. So I'm telling you breaking news on the air. That's why I didn't get to hang out with you, because I was in a rock bottom state.
wait, this is a news flash?
Yeah, news flash.
Hold on a second.
Oh my God.
Okay, go.
In today's news, in Saturday's news, I didn't hang out with Randy. because that sounds dirty. Because I was having an anxiety attack. So what I did to defeat said anxiety attack, besides a lot of self-talk, was, and this is probably also the girliest thing I've ever done, and I know that's saying something because I'm a woman, but I watched in one sitting the entire 6-hour BBC Pride and Prejudice with Colin Firth and ate a pint of Bluebell ice cream by myself.
That's
And at the same time, like that, and I took a picture of myself because I was like, I can't believe I'm the one fucking doing this. This is ridiculous. But I just want to say to all those people out there, little hope that if you are going through shit, no one can tell you how to go through it. You know you best. And for me, it was watching young Colin Firth, who can still get it as far as I'm concerned, and eating Bluebell ice cream to make myself feel better.
It's like how people grieve. Everyone grieves differently.
Yeah.
Everyone deals with all this. I mean, I have anxiety. I have panic attacks like a lot. I'm on medication for it. And I found that, I know this may sound cliche or whatever, but I've been using meditation. Like that's really helped. Headspace, it's a really good app and stuff.
Sometimes
really
I do
helps.
that, but there's a point where it was like, and it actually, for me, it was helpful for me to be alone because my husband was working. And so I was by myself. And I think just kind of, I was able to ground myself and do that. And so, however you deal with it, you're number one, not alone. And number two, deal with it the best way you have. And then if you need help, get help. But otherwise, just know that you're not alone. You are
not alone.
That's right.
I love you so much.
Oh, I love you too.
Also, if your rock bottom is just watching Pride and Prejudice and eating ice cream, it could definitely be worse, girl.
That's not my rock bottom. That's what I did during my rock bottom.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, I need to watch something and I don't know what to do. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch this. I've been wanting to watch Pride and Prejudice. I have no idea why, because that's not my jam. But I was like, I'm going to watch it. And then I was like, I'm going to watch some young Colin Firth. And then, that's all I needed was some young Colin Firth.
How does that Pride and Prejudice compare to the Keira Knightley one?
Oh, fuck Keira Knightley, man. No, I mean, it's a lot more detailed because it's 6 hours long. But you can't beat it, man. You can't beat it. Jennifer L. is... Elizabeth Bennet, and she's, as far as I'm concerned, who Jane Austen wrote it for.
There you go.
She was so good. But there's my takes. So moving on.
Very nice. So on Saturday night, what Mel was gonna do is hang out with me because we went to Colleen to see the Colleen Rocky Shadowcast, Rocky Horror Picture Show Shadowcast. Perform, and they did
like to sabotage them or what?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Throw banana peels,
nice,
scream insults,
No,
which you do
we're
at every
family.
Shadowcast anyway. Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
We're all extremely supportive of each other, except for that one group.
Except for her.
We're supportive of everyone, but there's one that no.
Except for that one bitch. No, but it was a lot of fun, and I got all dressed up, and it was me and a couple other people, and we went together.
I saw the pictures. You look very nice,
and I was super excited. I was wearing a waist cincher and a corset and a kilt, which turns out driving for an hour in a corset and a waist cincher, it's a little uncomfortable, just a little bit. And that was a midnight show on Saturday, and we got home at like 4 a.m. and ate Whataburger, which is a lot of fun.
For the record, I finished Pride and Prejudice at 3 a.m.
Hey, so you could have stayed up and gone with us.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that was a lot of fun. And then Sunday and Monday, because apparently I am a 90-year-old decrepit old man, I threw my back out and
join the club, man.
And it hurts to walk.
Yeah.
And it hurts to walk, and it sucks. And I'm going to a chiropractor tomorrow to hopefully snap my body like a glow stick. That way I can actually walk and perform in a week.
In heels.
In heels.
I love the chiropractor. I've been a few times. Feels good.
Yeah. I'm definitely hoping he can get me back in working order. Otherwise it's gonna be
How did you hurt your back?
I don't know.
It just hurts.
I don't know if I did anything specific. I used to have a lot of back issues that going to a chiropractor previously helped with. So hopefully this is gonna, fingers crossed, get me back in working order. Other than that, I'm going to Galveston this weekend. It's gonna be a lot of fun for Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be great to see the ocean and do some stuff. And a couple of weeks ago, I had talked about being in a Baylor student film that was also released this past week.
All right.
I know that's a plug, but the thing to talk about is it was released on Friday of last week. Today's Thursday as of this recording. And I still have not watched it because I am too nervous to watch it.
I want to watch it. And we talked about it. We were looking at it on your phone, but we were in public and it was loud. And I was like, this is not the place to watch it.
Just because that's where I opened it as soon as I got it. And I was like, oh, I can't watch it.
He scrolled for about 5 seconds to see himself on screen. I was
just to make sure that it was real.
Just
and I was
to-
like,
yeah.
oh my gosh. And then,
Just to verify that you were in it.
but I'm still too nervous to watch it just to be.
Well,
because
they didn't cut you out of it, so
That's true.
clearly you were
Yeah.
good.
That's true.
So
I'm my own worst critic, but because of that, I'm
We
still
all
scared
are.
to watch it.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, that's been my week dealing with pain and taking a lot of drugs to
Yeah.
hopefully numb the pain. Legal ones,
Oh.
to numb the pain.
yeah. Legally legally prescribed to
Yeah.
someone that is not me, but who cares?
Right.
Whatevs.
YOLO. Anyway, that's me.
All right.
That's
Were you going to
us.
say something?
Well, I was
Oh.
just going to say, I mean, it's Memorial
Well,
Day.
I don't
He
know.
mentioned his Memorial Day weekend plans. Do you got any
Nope.
to sit on that couch?
Well, one of my little cousins, he's graduating, so I'm going to go to his graduation Saturday. And then just enjoy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they haven't said anything yet. My family they cook and stuff, but I don't know.
Ask you
if-
about grass.
Yes. If we go see a baseball game, they'll ask me about grass. What kind of grass do you think this is? It's real green. I'm like, well, that's about the extent of the knowledge I have. Green,
Springy.
springy.
It absorbs carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
And then puts out.
It grows
oxygen.
out of the dirt.
Yeah.
Well,
So
my best gal pal, who is a fan of this podcast, Al, is coming into town.
Hey.
And Al and Mel are going to get into some
she
shenanigans.
doesn't live here.
No.
Oh, I guess because when I see y'all when y'all do stuff, I just assume she. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so she's coming into town, and I'm super stoked. And Bo's cousins are coming into town, who we don't get to see very often. And his two of his cousins came to his South by gig, and that was the first time I'd seen my favorite cousin of them all. Sorry,
Oh, wow,
others.
man.
First time I'd seen her in a while. And she is so much fun, and she's going to be here when Alan's here, and that's a little scary. Her name is Amy, so I think Amy, Alan, Mel may get arrested. So
We'll
please
be on. I'll keep my phone
donate.
on.
Like all
on.
good stories.
Yeah, donate to our non-existent Patreon and help bail Mel out of
Right,
jail.
your GoFundMe for bail money.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's what you do when your friends come to town.
So you're all staying in town.
Yeah.
They're coming to town, and you're staying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all my friends are coming. I'm like, fuck y'all, I'm out.
Yes. Well, no. I mean, I didn't know if y'all were going to then go somewhere.
No.
You should go to where they are. It's better than here. Are they from? Or do they live in? Bigger,
One's from Al is from Denton or outside of Denton, and then the cousins are in the Austin area.
Is Al
But-
not from Austin?
Huh?
I thought Al lived in Austin.
No,
Am I crazy? Okay.
you are crazy.
My
I mean, you're
bad.
crazy, but that's beside
Yeah.
the point. I mean, that's
Yes.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so gonna get my Memorial Day weekend on.
I hope it's okay. We said all their names on here.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
You
Okay.
didn't say their last names.
Okay.
Their
But we
address
could.
are their social security numbers. Are,
No last names, but here's their social and their date of birth. Good. And you don't know what y'all are going to do? Just whatever. Just
we do. Some will be discussed in the plugs. But we're gonna go to a stand-up show on Sunday night
at True Love.
at True Love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Sleazy D will be there. He's been on this show before. Dustin Weens. He usually does comedy over there.
My friend Paul's going to be there, so I'm going to be hanging out with Paul.
Love Paul.
The guy from Improv.
Yeah. So,
Hopefully y'all aren't doing improv there because that's awful.
no. You're awful.
I am awful. I suck. I just don't like improv. I don't even like Whose Line Is It Anyway. So I was
What
like,
a dick.
I don't know. Well, I just don't. I don't know.
We're
You're
funny.
wrong.
Oh, okay. Incorrect. The correct answer is you like improv.
That's right. That's right.
Well, y'all don't like, I don't know, other stuff I like.
Oh.
Oh, vague.
Probably.
Good one.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Good
we,
one,
don't
bro.
like, we don't like all things.
Good one, bro.
Y'all don't like my jokes there. So, fine.
Well, yeah.
See? So, okay.
Got a point there.
Yeah. See? So I can hate on y'all.
Wow.
I don't mean specifically y'all's improv. Just improv is never really funny to me.
Another case of a straight white male putting his thumb on the minorities over here. Got the female.
How did I do that?
Well, I was just saying, you were saying you don't like improv, and we got a female and a gay Jew. So we're, you can't win ever because
Exactly.
you're minority hating because we're involved in improv.
Oh, okay. I was like, well, I don't know why I'm in trouble, but I don't know why I'm in trouble.
I'm just,
Okay.
Gosh,
Yeah.
Mac, check your fucking privilege.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't like everything.
Canceled.
Yeah.
Drag her.
I don't know what that is. Is that from Game of Thrones?
sure.
Okay.
Sure, Jan.
What is it from?
Drag her?
I can't say words.
Drag her? Is that what you said?
Like when somebody is like publicly shamed on the internet, that's called like I'm dragging them.
Like,
Like
I'm
you're
gonna-
dragging them through the mud.
Like,
Oh,
I was
okay.
thinking like the really dark times when people.
Oh.
I'm just not gonna.
I know.
Let's-
Are you talking about being drawn and quartered or what?
No, just drag her just means like dragging somebody's reputation through the mud.
Oh.
And the shit-
Or we should be like,
learned something.
drag her and like do a drag queen.
and then like,
Like-
fan flip. I don't have my fan with me.
Aw.
I know. So sad.
Well, sorry. I guess I'm a
Canceled,
sexist, anti-Semitic,
Yeah.
apparently, because I don't like.
We just call you a bigot.
All right.
It's fine.
We'll
That's
just go-
all encompassing.
You're trying to make America great again. We know.
Oh my god. I hope people,
Drag
I hope people. Why is it her? I hope people know y'all are kidding. Jeez.
We're kidding.
Black Twitter is
Wink.
going to come for you.
Not kidding.
Black Twitter.
because
Blitter.
Blitter. Let's get a break because you're making
Keep
it
digging
worse.
that hole. Keep
How is
digging that
Blitter
hole.
bad? What does that mean?
I don't know, but you don't.
Y'all said Black Twitter. I didn't even know that was a
it's called-
thing.
Yeah, Black
Because
Twitter.
because
Okay,
Black
but-
Twitter is infamous for dragging people extremely in an extreme manner.
Good Lord, I'm learning everything.
Yeah, you
Like
just,
anything. Like, is it any topic that they?
pretty
I mean,
much.
specifically like call outs and like call out
And
culture
be
and
like,
dragging
"Ooh,
people is
bitch."
like the I mean, not specifically Black Twitter, but that's like anybody in the that is like quote unquote woke.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Stay wild.
I think sometimes people are too woke.
I think your mom's too woke.
Yeah. Well, the ones
I think
that are
you're too asleep.
I usually am. I sometimes people are way ultra hyper offended.
That is the truth. Ruth.
Yeah. I mean, no, there is a lot of things to be upset about.
Oh, yeah.
The world sucks. But when you try to nitpick something, it's just trying to find,
There's a
someti-
sweet spot somewhere in the middle.
yeah. Sometimes they'll have news articles, like from, traditionally left leaning news sites, and they'll say, so and so slammed somebody, and then you watch it, and it's like they mention them once, and then it's really something else. But it's to get people upset, and they're like, oh yeah,
That's
that
clickbait.
racist person. So, yeah.
How dare they?
For real.
I try to stay in the middle. I try to read, Politico or I think that one's kind of biased too. But PBS, you got to support PBS. They're about to cut all their money.
Ugh.
Well, how am I supposed to watch Ken Burns documentaries?
They had those gay rats on Arthur, and now they're trying to
I
cancel the
know
whole
Mr.
network.
Ratburn's gay,
I'm trying to get rid of the whole network.
and then PBS is very progressive because now, well, even though this seems like it should have been already, I guess, but they have a Muppet that's in foster care.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
are
but
they-
now because now PBS or Sesame Street's on HBO though.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
they
PBS
got- yeah.
couldn't afford it. It's a whole thing.
Well,
It's
because
really
Disney
sad.
owns them, and so the money, I'm sure it's way more expensive for the rights.
Yeah.
Disney owned the Muppets and, that's Sesame Street and stuff. Yeah, that's why it's all this, now there's, nudity on Sesame Street. No, I'm kidding. All this weird stuff. They cuss all the time.
That makes
it's crazy.
so much sense because there's a cute little video, and it's Tyrion and Cersei Lannister arguing, and Elmo is like the mediator between them. That makes so
Yeah.
much more sense now if they all are owned by the same
They've done a
conglomerate.
couple different ones. They did a Westworld one. It was Cookie Monster with the Westworld people. It's real.
They have
I
so
haven't
much
watched
more
Westworld.
of a library to
Yeah.
parody without having to
Yeah.
worry about lawsuits and
There
stuff.
you go.
So
There you go.
sometimes it's weird to hear Elmo talk. I know it's not the same guy, but remember the original
Yeah.
guy we had was like a pedophile or whatever? Did you know that?
That's news to me.
You didn't know that?
I thought that was just Barney.
I didn't think he was pedophile. I thought he was like
He
a
was having a
sexual
re-
predator with like women.
Yeah. No, it was a male.
Oh, was
It
it?
was more. It was like a Kevin's. It was like his power, like using his power, kind of like a Me Too thing. He was. It wasn't a pedophile, but he was a younger kid, like a teenager or whatever. So,
Awkward.
Yeah.
so now they just get somebody. I guess that sounds like him, but it's still weird because
Yeah.
you know.
It's Elmo.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna take a break. When we come back, I actually have real news that I want to talk about.
Okay.
Did you say yay or lame?
I said yay.
Oh. Then I still forget what Randy calls his shit, but
Celebrity status.
celebrity status, yeah, and then Mel's lady bits. So we'll take a break, and when I find the right button here, come back.
More Weekly Yak coming right up. Welcome back to the Weekly Yak with Mac,
Pretend you're somewhere else and just take it.
Mel,
Not to say, that I'm a cherry because that's been gone for a while.
and Randy.
You have
Gotta-
trouble finding the sweet spot sometimes.
It's the Weekly Yak.
New returns coming soon, so you won't have to keep hearing the same two repeated over and over again.
Many happy returns.
Yes,
Hey.
Or not so happy.
or awkward, or any emotion you want to stick in there.
Everyone
that's
loves
what
a
she said.
happy ending, though.
Of course, especially
Everyone.
Robert Kraft from the New England Patriots. He has those. One thing before I do this, because sports, I didn't know how to segue into this, but because you're a baseball fan,
I am indeed.
what I don't like, because we were talking about being old, I don't like new stuff. I like instant replay, but I don't like all these. It's so percentage heavy. All the analytics, like I don't like. There's a commercial. They always give you the AWS. The launch angle and the exit velocity. Now they're saying exit velo, and I just want to stab him in the neck. But I don't like there's one where it shows, pretty soon they're going to have like a little thing and it'll show you the percentage, the success rate that it would be on a stolen base. I'm like, can't we just watch? I don't want to know what the percent, like 83% likely he'll steal the base. Can't we just
Yeah.
watch it and just
Yeah.
and see what happens? Like, well, I don't need to know that. If you watch baseball enough, does the catcher have a good arm? Is the guy fast? Does he have a good lead? Does the pitcher pay attention to the runner? Like, I don't know. It's just ruining it. It's like a video game now.
Yeah, I just, depending on who is announcing the games, I just mute the speakers.
I know you're a Braves fan, but Chip Carey and Joe Simpson are awful.
Well, they got rid of Joe.
Oh, really?
And Jeff Rancour is Frenchie. And then they've added the Braves Live, which is the pre-show. And even though some Braves people are giving him shit, I don't care. He's my favorite, and I love him. Peter Moylan, who's an Australian pitcher he is really funny. I like him because
he didn't play anymore, right?
No,
like
he's retired,
just a broadcaster
and he
now?
played for the Braves. And
What's his name again?
Peter Moylan.
Okay.
And he's hilarious. He played for multiple teams, and he also played in the Australian Baseball League. He got really popular on Twitter a few years ago because he tried on his wife's dresses and took photos of himself in his wife's clothes. And he's just great, and I love him. And
Some people aren't happy with him, I guess?
Yeah, I guess. I think it's because this is Georgia, and he's got
He's a foreigner.
He's got an Australia. Yeah, this is America.
Yeah.
We speak like Americans.
Yeah, right.
But I just tune those people out because I don't care. I love him. I think he's hilarious.
Zero fucks, like you said.
Yeah, I give zero fucks.
Almost as bad as people from Alabama.
Don't get me started. That's causing me so much pain.
Oh, the abortion stuff?
Well, besides that, my family's from Alabama.
Ah, yes.
But not to go into this political thing,
Yeah.
I will say really quick, though, my cousin, who's a doctor in Alabama, just straight off went on a rampage about how dumb it is and how she's for women's rights and all this. And I was like, I love you. You're my favorite.
Well, I mean, even when Pat Robertson says, "Hey, I think this has gone too far," good God. I mean, like, there's no, the rape. Yeah, let's not get into it. But the rape and incest part, it's nuts.
Yeah.
When is
What?
he's like a million?
Well, no. He was saying that they should.
I know,
Yeah.
but he's still the worst.
Well, no,
He is
I
the
know,
worst.
but I'm just saying that's how fucked up the bill is. That Pat
Yeah.
Robinson's like, whoa,
I
let's
think
not
we
go
crossed the
crazy
line,
here.
yeah.
Yeah.
So just it's something to
Patty cakes isn't my favorite. That's what I call him. Patty
Patty
cakes.
cakes.
He almost ran me over. I told you that story?
No.
Lord, how do you have all these run-ins with everybody?
I started my PhD work at Regent University, which is
Holy
his
shit.
school, and
The heartbeat of every.
and he lives on campus. And I was walking to class, and he just fucking was driving his Escalade, and
Of course, he has an Escalade.
I had to dodge out of the way, and I was like, P-Ro. I called P-Ro. I was like, P-Ro almost ran me over, y'all.
Is he the 700 Club guy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What year or what time frame was this? You don't have to say the specific year.
This is less than 10 years ago.
Okay, so he was like at least 140 at
Yeah.
that time.
That's
So
why
he
he
definitely
almost-
should have been driving.
That
shouldn't
was
have been
at
driving,
least
yeah.
after his second deal with the devil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, news.
Yeah. I think this would just make everyone happy. If you're sick of robocalls, they pass a bill on trying to crack down on the robocalls. They were talking about like 85% of all calls we get are robocalls.
Yeah.
Like they're not. I mean, because nobody wants to talk to each other anymore. I mean, I'd rather talk like we're doing now than text all the time. But that's the world we live in. But so a bill to crack down on unwanted robocalls sailed through the Senate on Thursday today, adding to a push by Congress to defeat the growing problem of phone scams and nuisance calls. Because they have the thing where it looks like somebody from your area is calling you.
Yeah.
Like I forget what it's called. There's a term for it.
Lying.
Yeah. Yeah. And people will pick up because they're like, oh, this, sometimes I'll do that if it's not on my phone, but it's like this area code. I'm like, oh, well, it may be something. The legislation would impose stiffer fines of as much as $10,000 per call on robocallers who knowingly flout the rules on calls, and would increase the statute of limitations to 3 years, up from 1 year. It also entrusts the FCC to develop further regulations that could shield consumers from unwanted calls. Of course, I mean, it's not going to eliminate them all, but they say it'll put a dent in it. And even, it passed 97-1, and the one Republican that voted against it was Rand Paul.
Oh, fuck that guy too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Still got to be passed by the House. Still passed the House and signed by Trump. Who knows? He may have a robocall company that he doesn't want to.
Another failed business.
Yeah, but because I mean, a lot of times, even if it's tiring to go through and try to block every robocall number and every, you know what I mean? Like my block list on my phone is a mile long.
Mine is too, but because of personal vendettas and not
geez.
because of robocalls.
You don't just block them; you just don't answer them.
Oh yeah, I just don't answer him.
I answer them and speak French.
I like
and then they leave me alone.
I like when it says scam likely. I used to think
Most likely a scam.
to me that would be the perfect crooked game show host name. Like,
Scam likely.
here's your host, Scam Likely.
They need those whenever
Hey.
like an old friend from high school messages you and you can feel a pyramid scheme coming on.
Yeah, I love that meme. That snake where the snake's like, yeah, it's perfect.
I figured you'd like the one where it's Fry from Futurama. It's just
That's a good one too. Yeah, I haven't seen that one, but I saw the snake one. So anyway, that's good news. I think. Of course, yeah. I won't put I have this thing called RoboKiller, and it records them. It has fake, like it has its own recordings, and it talks to them. And sometimes there is a live
cool.
Sometimes there is a live person on the other end. They're talking back to this recording and stuff, and it records it, and you can listen to it. You can even share it on social media, so everybody can hear it. But that was just something I was happy about because nobody calls me except robocalls. So.
I'll call you.
Now
from
no
on.
one will call. I shouldn't be happy about this. I should be sad because that's all the calls I get.
Oh,
I'll call you.
That's all right.
And I'll be like the bus driver.
Oh no! Hey man,
Hey,
let's
buddy.
talk about my Galaxy Watch. Yes,
It is connected
working
to my
Yeah,
phone.
Yes.
what you wearing?
Yeah.
Just
my
Galaxy
Galaxy.
Watch.
Oh.
Great minds.
Heyo.
Great minds. Okay, Mel.
Oh, it's me.
Oh, do you want to go first? Oh, what did I have up here?
You
Oh,
had
well, I had Randy first. Do you want to go first?
Well, I guess so.
ladies first.
Oh, okay.
And
So
by
Randy.
ladies, I mean Randy.
Yeah.
Is that
So you're
the
gonna go?
worst? Yeah.
Okay. And you can go and I think it'd be better. Just go ahead and talk on the outro.
Okay. So,
Perfect.
new in the news about celebrities last week, which I was wanting to talk about before Max
right.
Overly canceled our appointment,
Sorry.
was Grumpy Cat died.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Rest in
Aw.
peace.
Those were those when that first came out. Those were laugh out loud funny. Like those
yeah.
made me laugh for real. They were
So-
great.
Grumpy Cat, rest in peace. Secondly,
I thought that was going to be it.
no, I mean,
The
no,
end.
that-
I mean,
that's
the
a
cat
total-
died. Cats
Yeah.
die. The end.
It happens. There's a new petition by Marvel fans for a very specific actor to play Wolverine in the reboots.
I know, so I can't guess, but you should
I will give you
totally guess.
3 guesses, Mac.
Well,
as
wait. So
to who
it used
is.
to be
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
It's always been Hugh Jackman in,
Okay.
in live,
All
like
right.
live action versions. I will give you the hint that it is not somebody who you would typically cast as Wolverine.
Tobey Maguire.
No.
Okay.
That's
Is
interesting.
it a Tobey Maguire-esque person?
No.
No.
All right. Is he American?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Wait, do I get 3 like
Just
these kind of
3
questions?
guesses.
Or I have to
No,
guess, just
3
guess the person.
people,
3
yeah.
No,
guesses.
God damn it! I want to do it this way.
Oh, what a diva. Okay, fine. Do that.
It's 20 questions.
Oh,
But you
jeez.
get 3. Yes, he's an American.
So I've already used one of them.
yeah.
Is he pretty famous? I mean, is
Yes.
He,
Yes.
Okay. So this is my last. So now I have to put my guess.
I'll give you one more guess.
Oh, okay.
One more like hint. Guess it.
Is he traditionally an action movie star?
No.
No.
All right.
But that would be awesome.
Wouldn't it?
Man. Steve Carell.
Danny DeVito.
Danny, what?
And somebody had like photoshopped this picture of Danny DeVito with the Wolverine hair, and he's got like a wife beater on. He's like, and
But
he's got
really?
the claws out.
He's
It's
really
so
gonna
good.
be?
No,
No,
there's a
that-
petition for
Oh,
people
it's a
to get.
petition.
It's like
okay.
a joke petition,
Oh,
but
I
it's
see.
got over
Sorry.
15,000 signatures.
Okay. Well, he's the Penguin. I mean, he's been in a superhero
and
movie.
that's
so
what
There you
people
go.
were saying, and that's ridiculous, but I love it at the same time.
Me too.
They at least need to like Always Sunny needs to do like
where he
something.
just dresses up as just come
he
yeah.
totally needs to. That needs to be a thing.
And lastly, on celebrity status, is I'm going to talk about one of Mel's favorite people, Taylor Swift.
I was expecting Cardi B, so I'm actually. It's sad when I'm okay with Taylor Swift over Cardi B.
because it could be worse.
Yes.
right?
It could be worse. That's correct.
Right.
This headline surprised me because it also has to deal with, kind of indirectly, it has to deal with someone that Mel and I really like, which is Sansa Stark from Game of Thrones. Says Taylor Swift apologizes for calling out Joe Jonas during their 2008 breakup. You think this is something that's really on our minds, Taylor Swift?
Yeah, we don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
He's married to the Queen of the North.
Exactly. Taylor Swift and Joe Jonas used to be an item back in 2008. If you need some extra time to process that, we'll wait for just a minute.
That was 11 years ago.
It
We
was-
really
right.
don't care.
She was 18 years old.
Wow.
And so because Taylor Swift was at least a huge asshole in writing all of her music and would write about breakups and like put a lot of probably a little bit too much detail into those.
Mm-hmm.
And because she was just vindictive,
You knew
I
who
guess.
she was talking about.
Exactly.
You always knew who she was talking about. Yeah.
Just like, you limp dick motherfucker. You never lick
'cause
my twat.
She
Like,
was.
could you- like never that much detail, obviously, but like like I remember when she broke up with Harry Styles, she did like a fake British accent in one of her songs to like publicly say make it known that that's who she was making fun of.
Well, I mean, before her, it was the worst one was the Dave Coulier thing.
Alanis
Morissette. That was the big. You're like,
yeah.
she's talking about it in this song. But then Taylor Swift, she just made a career out of
Yeah.
it.
But basically, she was on Ellen. Oh shit, I went away from it. I can read more. It's fine. Okay, so
All right.
So she was on Ellen recently, and Ellen was like, "Do you have any embarrassing moments that you like regret?" And she said, probably like when I put Joe Jonas on blast on your show 11 years ago, and it was too much, and I was 18. We laugh about it now, but I was like a way too mouthy 18-year-old, and it was just like being a teenager and being super dramatic. And she said, but he's married now, and I hope they're happy. Yeah, because he's married to someone that we like. Anyway.
Yeah.
Sansa Stark, Sophie Turner. He's married to an actress from Game of Thrones now.
And X-Men. She's also Jean Grey.
And she's the new Jean Grey Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
In the X-Men.
Good to know. Now, another celebrity one was, did you see the thing about Moby in his book saying that he dated Natalie Portman? And she's like, what?
He was on Bill Maher a couple of weeks ago.
Acting really weird.
Well, he's Moby.
Well,
so.
yeah. But Natalie Portman was like, no, we didn't date. But he's like, oh, yeah, we did. But it's just a weird.
He also was like on a lot of drugs back in the day.
So maybe he just thinks he hallucinated that he did.
The funniest thing that he talked about when he was on Bill Maher is that he put his testicles on Donald Trump in the 90s.
It was tip. He put the tip of his penis.
Was it the tip of his penis?
Or whatever
Just
it's called.
That apparently it was like a game that he and his friends used to play, that like when somebody isn't paying attention, you pull your dick out and just touch them with the tip of your penis. And I feel like in almost any other context, I would
knob touched.
That's
what he did.
There we go.
Yeah.
In almost any other context, I would really like have negative feelings about this.
But since it was on Trump,
who is like kind of a sexual,
he's a knob himself,
harasser himself. I really don't give a fuck. Yeah. So I hope the tip of his penis falls off, as well as some other things could fall off.
Yeah.
And that's all I'll say on that, because I don't want the DOJ investigating me like they did.
That's all I have to say about that. Oh yeah. Well, you didn't show his head, decapitate him in effigy or whatever.
Not yet.
All right.
I would do Pence instead.
All right.
It's Mel's turn.
There you go.
Bits.
Mel's Lady Bits.
Yeah. Okay.
The explosion at the end is the best.
A really quick thing that I just saw today that just made me laugh so much is, last week or 2 weeks ago, Snapchat released the male and female filters, like make a female look like a male and make a male. And of course, there's been some some negativity. There's always negativity towards those things, and I get that. But it's Snapchat. It's not like it's something like I'm really trying to pass off as that ginger or these people are. It's
I'm not really a dog.
No, yeah, I'm not a dog or a bunny rabbit.
Right.
Anyway,
don't tell me how to live my life.
If I'm going to believe it, I will believe it.
So today I just saw this and I laughed extremely hard. I'm going to share some with you guys. Nick or Fazio, I don't know who this person is. Anyway, they were bored and got the Snapchat female filter out on the faces of every the first 40 American presidents. And
who's the most attractive?
Okay, George
Washington.
That looks like a character on Game of Thrones.
Looking pretty
looking
hot.
fishy. Okay,
show
girl.
you. Oh, wait till
This is really good for radio.
Well, you guys can look it up. Nick's post. It's really funny. Martin Van Buren, kind of scary.
Whoa. He doesn't look that different.
It
Really.
just looks like an old woman.
Let me find there. It's very funny and interesting, especially on the black and white ones, how it reads facial hair, because Abraham Lincoln.
Whoa, he's a hottie.
More like Babraham Lincoln.
Lincoln. If she were president,
that mug is beat.
But let me give you, okay, so in the modern era presidents, let's say from like, let's go from like FDR forward.
Okay.
Of those presidents. who do we know as a male of those, and just to 40? So from FDR to George Bush Sr., the most handsome
JFK.
is JFK.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But
Is he an ugly woman?
I mean, he's okay as a woman.
Whoa,
But-
okay. He looks like his sister.
But
oh God, who
It looks
does
like
he
Mary
look
Tyler
like?
Moore,
Yes.
kind of. Yeah. Like on the
But-
Mary Tyler Moore show.
the not bad looking, probably one of the best looking, who is not a good looking man.
Wait, let me guess.
Jimmy Carter.
But between up to 40?
Yeah.
Like a current, like modern era, or like
FDR
to
Bush Sr.
who would not
Reagan?
be Reagan?
Oh,
Yeah.
Reagan's terrifying as a female. I'll show
Well,
you
because
that.
he's just a withered.
But
like his face was always so.
the best looking, I think, of the females. Females. No. Nixon's a
Whoa!
hot E.
All right, girl.
Nixon.
Dang.
I mean,
That
something about it.
I know those.
I was trying to
those
make like a
eyes.
sexual
That's-
pun
Oh,
for
yeah.
Watergate. Oh, Reagan
But-
looks horrible.
That just looks
Yeah.
like an old lady I used to work with.
Yeah.
Go back to Nixon.
Nixon's
man.
hot, y'all.
I'm gonna have
Anyway,
to rub one out to that.
Oh,
Wait, let me see. No, for real, let me see.
we'll share this on the weekly
It looks
yak.
like Mariska Hargitay a little bit.
Yeah.
oh
it
my
looks-
God, it
yeah.
totally does.
Yeah.
Or I'm trying to.
I mean,
think.
not to. I know. I don't want to insult Mariska Hargitay. 'Cause she's
It kind
beautiful,
of
but
looks like a Elizabeth Taylor, like in the like this eye mouth area.
Maybe a little
Cleopatra
bit.
era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll
Yeah.
get this where you can see it on our weekly yak social media. It's very interesting.
It
so
is.
I just thought I would say that's probably the best use of the male female
Snapchat filter.
Snapchat filter. Okay, so I've been wanting.
That wasn't it. That was the best thing ever. Sorry. All right.
It's about to get real, y'all.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna put both y'all on blast
Oh shit. Okay.
separately.
All right.
The
Randy
fear
first?
in both your eyes. No, actually, Randy goes last.
His must be worse. Hopefully.
So, as a woman, and I'm going to go back to say as a young girl and teenager, I was really into, and I know a lot of women were, quizzes and like 17 magazine and Cosmo quizzes and all those things. And they're dying down and aren't in magazines as much because sometimes it gives a lot of guilt to women. Like, oh, yes, you should go on a diet, or yes, you should be a better girlfriend or whatever. But I will still sit down to this day and
Yeah.
take all the quizzes, no matter how bad they make me feel or good they make me feel. I hope for the best. Well,
Geez, so we get to take.
Okay.
I chose a quiz for each of you
Okay.
that I think is both issues near and dear to your heart.
Okay.
So I'm really excited because I'm going to do these quizzes and
I'm nervous,
grade you, and then I'm going
Okay.
to tell you how I'm going to fix your life or
There's
how
not
these
any.
things.
There's not any math, is there?
No.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, so Matt goes first,
Okay.
and yours is from 17 magazine, so it's really serious, and it was February of last year.
Okay.
Why are you single?
Jeez.
Okay, I'm going to
Let
ask.
me count the ways.
I'm going to ask you some questions, and then you respond.
Oh, is that how it works?
Yes.
Okay.
When there's an A choice and a B choice.
Okay.
So you say A or B.
All right.
When's the last time you texted someone first? A, 2 seconds ago, and if they don't answer, I'll double text. Or B, I don't know, I'm a horrible texter.
You just talked about how you prefer to talk on the phone.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I'm a horrible texter.
Who do you go to for relationship advice? A, your bestie, because she always keeps your secrets. Remember, this is a quiz for girls.
Right. Yeah.
Or B, your favorite group chat, because you need multiple viewpoints.
No, probably the best A. And my bestie could be a girl.
Yeah. Well, that's true, but I'm just saying these
Yeah,
are
it's
all,
all-
I did not change genders because
Okay.
I'm woke. All right. If you get extra tickets to a concert, you invite A, your crush, duh, or B, everyone in your immediate friend group.
See, again, since it's from if a guy did that to his crush, she'd be like, wow, what? Probably friends.
Okay. Your crush just followed you on Instagram.
Oh my God, dear diary.
So do you, A, follow them back right away and like their most recent pic, or B, wait a few minutes?
Wait a few minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to be a stalker.
No.
If you want to hear from your crush, you A, send them a flirty text. Or B, don't do anything about it. You'll see them eventually.
What was the first one? Send a flirty text?
Yeah.
Man. I mean, I've done that and it's been terrible. I don't know. I'd probably wait.
Okay.
That's why I'm single.
There
I
you
don't
go.
take initiative.
I will say, listeners at home, you can take this same quiz and I'll give you your results as well. Not personally. So you can figure out how fucked up you are.
Mel is the expert here.
All right. Mac, you realize you and your crush are in the same English class. You, A, sit next to them and ask about their weekend plans. Or B, wave hello and find a seat next to your bestie.
No, I'm not that scary. I'd sit by him.
Okay. If the person of your dreams asked you to be in a relationship starting, in all caps, today, what would you say? A, sure, life's about taking chances. Or B, it depends. You want to figure out first if you really click.
This is my crush?
The person of your dreams.
Of my dreams?
So,
Well, yeah, I mean, I'd say yeah. I mean, it's the person of my dreams.
yeah.
There you go.
The person. See how I kept it gender
person.
neutral?
There you go.
Look at you.
I'm
Being woke.
also semi-woke.
There you go. What do you do when you see that hot soccer player who scored yesterday's winning goal? A, pick them for your team in gym class. You want one-on-one time. Or B, congratulate them on a good game, but don't push the conversation further.
It doesn't say how well you know this person.
Nope.
Yeah, probably B.
When it comes to relationships, you consider yourself A, experienced. You've been in a relationship before. Or B, sort of experienced. You hung out with crushes before, but nothing ever became serious.
What's A again?
You're experienced. You've been in a relationship before.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean I'm experienced.
That's what.
Okay,
Do you consider yourself experienced or no in relationships?
I know, man.
Also, this
It's too much pressure.
It's 17 magazine, man. It's
I know.
not.
See how it ruins
Not
girls'
rocket
lives?
science.
It's gonna. I guess B. I'm not that
Okay.
because it's. I mean, I have, but it's. I'm not experienced.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Mac, you're crushing hard on somebody new. A, you tell them, why sit around and wait for them to make the first move? Or B,
Whatever B is.
it's a big deal. You hardly ever go googly-eyed for someone.
Yeah, B. I mean, I do, but I don't like. I hide it in shame.
Your older sister takes you to a party while you're visiting her at college, and
Oh,
a
shit.
cutie catches your eye. You A, flirt. What's the harm? Or B, hang out with your sister and forget about them. You came here to be with her anyway.
It's hard because some of the reasons are not the exact. Like I would not, but not. I guess I'd B. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't. That's not why I wouldn't do that. But yeah, I wouldn't flirt back. I'd be too scared.
What do you write in your crush's yearbook? A flirty note and your phone number. Or have a good summer. You're not that close yet, but you want to at least write something.
Yeah, B.
Yeah, I'm seeing a trend here.
Yeah.
Just a couple more and you're done. And
All
then it's
right.
Randy's turn. How do you feel about being single? A, it bums you out. You're a social butterfly. You're happiest when your life is filled with people. B, sometimes it gets you down, but you haven't met anyone worth starting a relationship with.
Yeah, B. It is sad sometimes, but then I think of Randy. I'm not going to explain that anymore. I just think of him.
Okay.
Your ideal relationship involves A, lots of spontaneous adventures. Together, you two would have nonstop fun. Or B, effortless communications. You could finish each other's sentences.
No, I like the spontaneous adventures.
Okay, so for all of you following at home, if you answered mostly with the first column, which was A, which is not Mac, here's your response. Some people can't keep up with your bold spirit, but that's their problem, not yours. Amazing opportunities will come to you because you rarely back away from what you want, and your boldness will weed out any crushes who can't commit to the adventure. Find someone who matches your fervor for life. or consider a shyer soul who will appreciate your take charge attitude. Here's Mac, though.
All right.
B. You just haven't met the right person yet. When you meet someone who makes you light up, you'll know. Until then, there's no need to stress out. You might be a little shy around strangers, but it's worth making the effort to meet new people and get to know the people you already know a little bit better. Look, we talked about that off mic.
Yeah.
Look how that's happening. Don't worry if it takes a little time. The best things in life are worth waiting for.
Well, I still think I failed here.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't think that was the correct. I think I should have been A.
Well,
No. I mean, like, that would have been more. I
well,
would be,
you answered B on almost all.
no,
of them.
I'm saying, like, A would have been the one to strive for.
All right, Randy,
Okay.
it's your turn.
Okay.
How much emotional baggage do you carry?
Oh! I'm telling you right now, a ton.
Sometimes the past can weigh us down.
God, why was his all like... Okay.
I chose them for each of you.
You know me too.
Sorry, bitch. All right.
Okay.
You have 3 choices. So people following at home, it's an A, B, and C one.
Oh.
Number 1, when it comes to situations that remind me, that's you, of negative experiences, A, I avoid or shy away from these situations. B, I'm not very aware when these situations happen because I brush them off. What the fuck?
And that's C.
Did you staple it wrong?
No, okay. Just kidding. We're not doing that one. I didn't get all of it. It didn't print on them. Okay,
Aw.
that's cool. That's fine. We don't need that. We're cool. Just kidding. Ignore that one. We're going to move on. When it comes to trusting people,
Okay.
my philosophy is that people aren't trustworthy unless they have truly proven to be so. B, when it comes to trust, I don't pay much attention. C, I do my best to be open, but I will put my guard up as needed if someone appears to be untrustworthy.
It's a C.
4, aka 2. If I am dealing with other people and they push my buttons or stir up old emotions, A, I run away or distance myself completely. B, I ignore it or distract myself. Or C, I do my best to educate myself and the other person if possible so that we can both be conscious and cautious about it.
I mean, the closest thing I guess would be C because I'm not afraid to call a bitch out.
There you
Because
go.
I'm that bitch.
Because I'm that bitch.
But,
Okay.
yeah, I guess C. That's the nicest way of saying I'll call someone out.
Like on Black Twitter.
Oh,
Sure.
okay.
What? Y'all told me about it. I can't,
Yeah.
ask about it?
No, you're right.
Okay.
When thinking about myself and emotional health, A, I view myself as damaged, troubled, or in a place where my feelings would be hard to be repaired. B, I don't evaluate my emotional health. C, I see my strengths and weaknesses. I try to focus on improving what I can.
A.
I knew that. All right. The emotional baggage that I feel, the emotional baggage that was caused by other people in my life makes me feel A, resentful, angry, and or emotional towards them.
It's that one.
Okay, for the listening audience, B, I don't even want to think about that. Or C, no matter what I'm feeling, I do my best to understand it and heal so I can move forward in a healthier way.
I'm a Scorpio.
Okay, results.
Was that it?
Oh.
Well, it's because 2 questions do.
Oh, got you. Okay.
So anyway, if you chose mostly letter A, let's see, you actually did half and half. So you follow A and C. So if you chose A, you have a hard time dealing with your emotional burdens. Your tendency is to react negatively by withdrawing, feeling hopeless, or behaving angrily.
Shit.
If you tend to handle your baggage this way, you may tend to feel anxious, isolated, angry, resentful, depressed, and even lonely.
Is this a therapy session I didn't know about? Is this an intervention?
It is important for you to find a sense of hope and willingness to heal from whatever in your past is troubling you. Seek support and guidance from experts, professionals, and your support system.
Oh, wow.
This wasn't Randy, but for those of you at home, if you chose B, you're someone who tends to brush issues under the rug and avoid working on situations. You may try to fool yourself to be in this category, but you need to gently learn to re-engage in your life so you can learn and grow. You also need to work on your coping skills. If most of your answers were C, which is the other side of Randy, so you're half and half.
Okay.
Because
I mean, A was pretty apt.
C means you're doing a good job of being aware of your emotional baggage, and you do try your best to manage it in a healthy way. You're not afraid to look for the truth in situations and are open to trying new experiences. You tend to be hopeful, optimistic, and growth-oriented.
Okay. That's me on a good day, me on a bad day, I guess.
There you go.
What I love is I accidentally printed out a Facebook comment someone said on this quiz, which is, that's all very well, but when you've been conned more than once. Whoa, someone. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed your, that one was from...
I feel a little attacked, but I get it.
I think, Randy, yours was from, like, Women's Magazine or something. So yeah, every now and then I will pick some less personal ones, more like which Jonas Brothers are you dating?
Oh, totes.
Okay.
But I thought I would start and go hard because this was my therapy before I knew therapy was a thing.
There you go.
So those are my lady bits.
All right. Well, I guess we need to get out of here. Good job, guys. I'm so proud of y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I
Gold
really
star.
needed your approval.
He really does. We just learned that. And see, that's why you were all bitching earlier. And I was like, see, now we're going to know why he's single. You took that quiz. So we learned all.
I was bitching?
Well, bitching about
Have you
bro
met yourself?
And bro driver. And,
That bus driver just
improv
wanted to date you,
hatred.
bro, and you're pushing him away.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
He
Then I'll just have to deal with that, I
He's
guess.
just going to text you and you got to text him back.
Be
No.
open
Yeah.
to the experience.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. Plugs.
Plugs, Wake of Warp, June 1st, double feature, 7 o'clock, 10:30, 10:30 show. Randy is taking the stage as Frankenfurter, so don't miss out. Plus, we've got drag performances by Logan Barry Bush, Spin to Dreidel, and Serena Salvatore. We've got Improv Against Humanity coming up the Brazos Theater, as well as first weekend improv coming up on June 7th and 8th.
Yeah. And check out the Baylor film that I was in, which is called Roads by Samuel Cedar.
That everyone else will probably watch
that
before
everyone
you
else
watch.
has watched before I get to, but check it out. Roads
And,
by Samuel Cedar.
Listen to Dumb People Town episode with John Glazer and Eliza Skinner. If you don't want to listen to the whole thing, tune in minute 69. Honest to God.
Perfect.
I come in on minute 69.
That's not the first time either that you've come in on 69.
We'll talk about that off mic.
All right. Well, guess what, folks? That's the show, and we
are
out of here.
That was awesome.
Thanks for listening to the Weekly Yak.
No, sir, I didn't like it.
Check us out at weeklyyak.com. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Lighthouses rule.
And subscribe to us on iTunes.
Keep looking up, because that's where it all is.